So, good morning. So, we'll start by bringing our awareness, our attention to what's going on in the physical body, checking in with how we're feeling in the body this morning. Starting to just use the senses as a way of grounding our awareness. So, start a little bit differently and try to become aware of the feeling of the clothes on the skin, the feeling of the air, maybe any differences between warm and cold, feelings in different pressures, maybe different materials touching the body. Any sounds also. Try to just become aware of all of the ways in which your mind is contacting the external world. Using that as a way of feeling a sense of present moment embodiment, not rejecting or following, just noticing. And then with concentration, narrow down your focus to just the breath. just the physical sensation of the air as it passes into and then back out of the tip of the nostril. Trying not to let the mind move to any other physical or mental objects, just holding it again and again, letting go of whatever else might dawn in the mind. And then think about your reason for wanting to be here. And try intentionally to broaden out that motivation if you can. Thinking about whatever benefits you might receive, how they impact on so many other sentient beings, and taking them into account as well. And then we'll do kind of a glance meditation on the Four Noble Truths. So we start by thinking about the first of the Four Noble Truths, the truth of unsatisfactory conditions. So with this, the Buddha taught that there are three main ways in which we experience unsatisfactory conditions. First is any overt physical or mental distress. So think about any problems, anxieties, physical issues that you experience routinely or occasionally, and use that as a window into understanding that all sentient beings experience similar issues. We can think of the sufferings that come with our aging, with sickness, the anxieties and depressions that we've experienced. Then we reach out and recognize that every other sentient being is in the same predicament. And think about the second major category, changeable suffering. The trouble with changeable suffering is that everything in this category is what we label as happiness. All of the pleasurable circumstances, good food, good company, pleasant music, a good movie, a beach vacation. Try to see how the main reason that these circumstances are called changeable suffering is that if we only did one activity that we enjoy, that activity itself would become unpleasant after some period of time. No one has to take it away. No one has to prevent us from doing it. It will turn into its own unsatisfactory condition just by engaging with it for a long enough period of time. So just ask yourself, is that true in my experience? And can I demonstrate to myself that that is accurate? Try to see if you can make examples that demonstrate that. And the third category is what's called all pervasive suffering, which means that again and again we'll meet with unsatisfactory conditions as long as our body and mind are the product of past negative karma and delusions. The prevalence of not fully being in touch with reality is going to again and again give rise to obstacles. As long as our mind is conditioned by afflictive emotions, obscurations, we can't ever truly be free of unsatisfactory experiences. But the good news is that this is only the first of the Four Noble Truths. The Buddha also taught that there's reason for unsatisfactory conditions, and that there's a solution, and that there are methods that reliably lead to that solution. If we apply ourselves to cultivating the antidotes to the afflictions, and particularly the antidote to the root delusion of fundamental ignorance, then these unsatisfactory conditions will no longer be part of our experience. So try to go back in your own life over whatever you've read or studied, whatever meditation you might have done, and see if there have been moments where you have felt like applying the antidotes has been effective. Have you seen some progress? Try to see in your own experience that with continued effort, that we can uproot the cause of suffering. It is within our power. That all of the delusions are based on a misunderstanding that isn't true. And that which is false will necessarily fall away when the mind is illuminated with wisdom. And just go back and analyze, and then if you can reach a sense of certainty, then hold your mind in that. And when you're ready, we'll come back together. So let's recollect our motivation and think about the effort that we put into trying to understand our condition, the existential condition of ourselves and all sentient beings, allowing that insight that we generated to open our hearts to all sentient beings, our sameness. And out of that understanding, we offer our practice for their benefit. We offer our practice for the long lives of our spiritual guides. Thank you.